Hello, my name is Winston, and I'm a Singaporean who is now based in Indonesia. I came from 9 years of background as a senior executive for Property Guru, which is the largest online real estate marketplace in Southeast Asia. I'm happy to be here in Indonesia because I'm happy to be able to leverage on my skills, expertise, and connection to build Indonesia's first social PropTech, MilikiRumah, to empower home ownership for all Indonesians. To me, owning a home means three things. The first thing is financial security. The second thing is emotional stability. And the third thing is family togetherness. Let me explain to you what I meant by each of these three things. Regarding financial security, because it's my belief that if you are able to own your own home, financially you are very secure. So in the event if there's something happen to you, whether you lose your job temporarily or you have a major illness, you don't have to worry that you have no money to pay the rental because you already own your own home. Emotional stability, what it means is that if you own your own home, you don't need to worry about what happened to your family, what happened if you're not around, because you know that your family will be well taken care of by the house that you own. And family togetherness is where I believe that a home is where you spend time together with your family, your parents, your spouse, and your children. And that's where you have the chance to enjoy family life with your close and loved one without fear and in a very safe zone. My main motivation to start MilikiRumah as Southeast Asia's first social PropTech to empower home ownership is because having grown up in Singapore, I have the privilege as a Singaporean to grow up to believe that every one of us have the equal opportunity and good opportunity to own our first home, thanks to the success of HDB and CPF in Singapore. However, in my capacity as a director of Property Guru, when I traveled across Southeast Asia, including Indonesia, I realized that this home ownership dream is not really existence, especially in Indonesia, where only 50% of the people in Jakarta own their first home. And that is where I feel that it's very important for us to be able, every one of us, whether it's Singapore or Indonesia, to have this belief that it's possible for you to own your own home. And I want to bring some of the best practice that I have accumulated in Singapore, in other countries, the best technology in the form of big data and AI, of course, capital, to really empower every Indonesian to have the dream, what we call the Indonesian dream, to be able to own the first home. I realized that the right time to build MilikiRumah is when we see that there's such a strong need for the consumer in Indonesia to own their first home. First data point, Indonesia, there's 9.9 million housing backlog, which means that there are 9.9 million families who desire to own their own home, but they are not able to do so. Second data point, in many real estate developers in Indonesia, their current bank loan rejection rate is as high as 50% or even higher. This goes to show that there's a big pain point from both the developer and also the consumer when it comes to home ownership. Developers have many customers who wants to own their own home, but they are not able to do so because they are blocked at the last mile when it comes to mortgage financing. Consumers, there are so many Indonesians who really desire to own their own home, but they are not able to do so, resulting in a 9.9 million housing backlog. Personally, I have also spoken to many Indonesians from different walks of life, including those from the informal sector, non-fixed income, where they may not be a salaried worker, but they have their own freelance income. Many of them are stuck in a situation whereby the moment they stop making their income, that is where they worry for themselves, because that's where the renter have to set in, and they don't have money to pay the renter. They have to take pinjol loan to pay the renter, and that's where they fall into a debt trap. When I see so many Indonesians who are caught in that kind of debt trap, that I realize that something has to be done to address this social inequality, to address this imbalance in terms of home ownership, to build a more stronger society in Indonesia. Fundamentally, MilikiRumah is solving the problem of home ownership. In short, we are empowering all Indonesians to have the capability to own their first home as long as they are willing to try. And secondly, we are also addressing the inequality where many underbanked Indonesians are not able to own their first home, including the informal sector, the non-fixed income earner, as well as people with some credit history or credit background. So the problem is that we are helping them to be able to eventually own their first home by using our rent-to-own rehabilitation program. But underneath these twin pillars of social mission that we have, the underlying bigger problem we are addressing in Indonesia is also social inequality. Because if you have many people not being able to own their first home, then the society is not equal. Then this is not good for the people and for the country. So fundamentally, we are also solving the problem of social inequality. Yeah. And in order for us to solve this in a holistic manner, the final fundamental problem we are solving is also financial literacy. Because the reason why many Indonesians are rejected by the bank is because they are not aware that if they take all these pinjol loan, they will be affected when it comes to the credit assessment. And many Indonesian young consumers are not aware that if they don't save money, they keep on spending money, that is not going to help them when in future they need to set up a family. So financial literacy is really the underlying backbone that MilikiRumah is trying to solve, so that more Indonesians are financially aware that they need to do something to plan for their future, to plan for their savings in order to own their own home, so that their family has a stable place to live in together. The reason why many Indonesians, especially the young Indonesian like Gen Z or millennial, still hesitate to own their own home is partly because the lack of financial education. Many Indonesians big in consumerism. They make $10, they want to spend $10. So do they like to enjoy life? They like to buy things, keep themselves happy, which is good. But on the other hand, what they commonly neglect with this big consumerism culture is they neglect planning for the future. So because of that, many of them only start to think about owning their own home when they are much older, maybe in their 30s or even 40. But by then, it will be a bit too late to enter the housing market or the housing ladder. So therefore, I think financial education and also the big in consumerism is a current issue that is preventing people from owning their own home. And I think another block among many Indonesians is also the lack of transparency in terms of how the bank decide whether this consumer can make it or cannot make it. So currently, many of them always think that if I go, maybe my chances of success is only 50-50. But they do not know why some succeed and why some fail. So the effort for MilikiRumah is to be able to pull down all this curtain and be able to inject a greater sense of transparency in the market using our technology, using our AI, using our big data to empower this Indonesian to know, for a start, number one, whether they are bankable or not bankable. At least they need to know. And if they know that they are not bankable, MilikiRumah strive to also help them understand why. So that third thing is they are then able to fix the problem to be able to be converting from non-bankable to be bankable. I think the biggest challenge is really about education of both the consumer as well as the developers and the bank. So many consumers are definitely not aware that there's this scheme called rent to own. It takes a long time and a lot of effort by my hardworking team in MilikiRumah to help the consumer understand the economics of rent to own and also the value of rent to own to be able to allow them to own their first home. And this challenge is definitely further amplified when there are a lot of noise in the market. When I say there's a lot of noise in the market, it's partly because in the market today, there are some so-called shortcuts being offered to some of these consumers whereby they can fabricate certain document, income document, so that they are able to masuk to the bank. But my advice to aspiring homeowner is don't go for a shortcut, because number one, we have seen many cases whereby consumer pay a fee, get a shortcut to doctor all these documents, but in the end, it still cannot work out because the bank discover the issue or the fake document. And number two, even if you get through to the bank, what if truly, fundamentally, you cannot make it, but the shortcut make you can make it, and you may not be able to service the loan. And if you're not able to service the loan, it will be a big problem for you and your family because the bank may take over the house. So my advice to the consumer is, if you are serious and committed about owning your first home, don't take shortcut. Go for the right way. The right way is go through MilikiRumah 12 months rehabilitation program where we really help to transform you, your spending behavior, the way you manage your finances. We transform you to be a bankable person. And when you are able to graduate from MilikiRumah rent to own program, you will be fundamentally able to service your loan on time. That is the most important thing. Now, of course, on the bank side, on the developer side, I think fundamentally we need to educate the banks and the developer to make them see that the quality of our consumer are very strong, and they will be the one who will be able to service the loan on time, and they are the one who will be able to give the profit and the revenue for both the developer and the bank. So the key thing is to be able to give them what we call a second chance, so that they will have an equal opportunity to own their first home, just like the bankable segment. Definitely, to build this what we call rent to own ecosystem in Indonesia is not easy, because there's a lot of hurdle to cross, including consumer end, developer end, bank, and even the local culture, the spending culture. But I think what keeps me going is really the sense of mission, the sense of purpose, where I believe that when we become successful, we are able to change the lives of millions of Indonesians. And that means a lot to me, because I strongly believe that home ownership is really the key to unlock social mobility. It's the key to unlock the success of family. It's a key to unlock a person's future, and not only the person's future, but the future of his next generation. So that keeps me going. So in summary, the whole mission of setting up MilikiRumah can be seen as a journey where we are building the Great Wall of China, where we know that the path to success is never easy. But on the other hand, what I'm greatly gratified is that I have a team of committed colleagues working on this together with me, and every one of us in MilikiRumah believe that our AI-powered rent-to-own ecosystem is the key to unlock the home ownership challenge in Indonesia. And while it is very difficult to solve some of this problem, but the fun part of it, or the positive part of it, is that I'm backed up by a very strong and committed team who are ready to pounce the market, change the rules of the game. So I am really very thankful that I have such a strong, committed team working on this together with me.